Hello!
Hello, AOS fans!
It's the agents of Marvel Crisis Protocol.
Ooh, cool. Yeah, so this is our first draft video. Well, I suppose it's our second draft video because we had our whole teams, but we are now picking a new team member. Each of us picking a new team member based on the very important rule of Marvel Crisis Protocol, which is that the model is cool.
It's got to be cool. You've got to either love the model, you've got to love the actor, you've got to love their role in the film or the comic. We're not looking at hard stats. There's no tactical reason behind any of our picks.
Absolutely not. None.
No,
it's our excuse for being useless.
We don't do that here. So, yes, who have you picked, Robin?
I've picked Miss Marvel, which I have to say isn't my favourite sculpt of the Marvel Crisis Protocol miniatures, but I really like the character. I think, obviously, if you don't know, she's the first Muslim superhero Marvel have done, and I think it's really important that there's representation of everybody in it. So I wanted to play Miss Marvel. I don't think she's that well liked amongst the MCP players. I don't think her character is that good stat-wise.
All right.
But and there are obviously people who don't like her for other stupid reasons.
Yeah.
But I wanted to just ignore all that and just play her because it's great.
Yeah.
And she's massive.
She is massive.
Yeah, she can go big and small, so that was another huge appeal for me.
I do like that. I do like having two different models to represent the same thing on the board. I don't think I've played another game that really does that.
No, I don't think so. And actually, she was really quite nice to paint.
Oh, it's always nice.
So I enjoy painting her. So that's why I've picked her, Miss Marvel. I don't know that she's going to add a huge amount to my team. She's only 3 threat level, so she's not as good as She-Hulk or anything. No.
Yeah.
She changes shape, changes size and shape each turn. So when you can do the when you've got enough power, you can embiggen, and so but after she's attacked when in large form, or after she's activated in large form, she shrinks back down again.
Cool.
That's fine. I think
you really want to get that timing right.
Yeah, which is why I've picked this tactic card to go with it, because every time we pick a new character, we pick a new tactic card.
Yeah, we don't keep all of the tactic cards. Obviously, we have to swap them out.
I've picked a Better Tomorrow, but partly, and the reason I picked this is only because it's got Miles and Miss Marvel on it, and I didn't even read it, but it's got a picture of Miles and Miss Marvel, and Miles is in my team, so it's like, well, that's a synergy.
Makes sense.
But basically, Miles, they can both spend two power, and she can embiggen. So it's kind of like an extra way of getting an extra, getting an extra
embiggening.
So who doesn't want an extra embiggening? So that's why I've picked a Better Tomorrow.
Cool. So I have picked Colossus. I love Colossus. I loved him back when he first made a brief appearance in the early X-Men films. There's just something about that stoic big lad. And
Peter Rasputin.
He's very good, yes.
Are we allowed to? No, I can't say that.
We probably can't, we're not going to do the accents. I mean, obviously he then featured again in the Deadpool films.
Right.
And I just loved his deadpan, very good-natured approach, and that's just his character, and I've always loved that about him. And he's a giant, big, buff lad. I
actually know very little about him. I've only seen him in the films, and I don't even remember him very much in them. Just being a bit silvery. That's about all.
Bit silvery. I mean, one of my favourite bits in one of the X-Men films, I think it might be the 3rd film. He grabs Wolverine and lobs him.
Ah, okay.
And they try to, spoilers for the film, but they try and use it near the end to fight Magneto as well. Obviously, Wolverine and Magneto, Wolverine's at a distinct disadvantage there. There's a card as well, and I'm taking that card so that basically...
You can lob.
I can basically, Colossus can grab Wolverine and lob him across the board. So
brilliant.
That's pretty much what I'm picking. I don't know if it has any tactical depth behind it whatsoever. I don't care throwing Wolverine.
I have to say, a high-speed incoming Wolverine missile sounds a little bit terrifying.
It's going to be a bit
It sounds
scary.
more terrifying than Miles and Miss Marvel getting together. I'm not going to lie.
There's definitely a different level of scariness there. He is a threat 4 fighter, so he's a bit tougher. He doesn't have particularly a great deal that's very spectacular. He's not got any fancy magic or anything like that. He's just made of metal and he's dead tough.
Okay, so I think you might have a slight advantage over me, depending on how we pick the teams. We've kind of chosen, as you know, it's a narrative campaign.
Yep.
So we have kind of picked what's going to happen next.
Yeah. So spoilers coming up for the first game. If you haven't watched it, do go check it out.
Check that out.
So anybody who hasn't watched our games yet, we each get an envelope, and inside one says heroes, and the other one says scrolls.
Yes, so we're basically fighting over whatever it is we're fighting over, but we don't know whether we're the bad guys or the good guys.
Yeah. So at the end of our last game, I technically won. So I managed to get the Skrull agent off of the board.
We didn't know until the end. I thought he thought he was trying to rescue him, but it turned out he was trying to rescue him, but he was trying to rescue him for the Skrulls.
Yeah.
So some politician who we think is a politician somewhere in New York, maybe a mayor of Queens or something like that. There's a scroll. So the heroes are fighting back in round 2 because they did actually have a small victory themselves. The scroll didn't have it all their own way. The heroes did manage to control the super serum, which is used to make the super scrolls, which enable them to mimic the superheroes.
Yeah.
And so you are now, I believe, the scroll now have some agents left adrift in New York.
They do.
That need picking up. So it's a race against time. Will the heroes find them before the scroll do?
Yeah, and in order to sow a little bit more havoc to try and help extract their agents, they have placed some terminals throughout the city that are sowing discord and panic. Whoa. So in our next game, we'll be featuring our new Colossus and Ms. Marvel, and we will be fighting off against each other, but not knowing who is the scroll.
Oh yeah, have the scroll sent in a new team that completely mimicked the heroes last time to throw them off.
Yeah.
Or have the heroes done the same.
Yeah. Oh.
Although presumably they'd know they were scroll. Who knows?
How do I do? You
have to not think about it too much.
Yeah, the key is to not think, like any good Marvel film, don't pick. Don't pick at the details.
It'll just fall apart. But that is the narrative. So it's Scrolls versus Heroes again, all in secret. Check it out soon on Agents of Sigmar and Marvel Crisis Protocol. If you want to make sure you hear it, then please ring that bell and everything like that. And please leave comments in below what you think of the new heroes we picked, what you think of the idea, whether you've enjoyed the stuff so far, and any other ideas we could do to include. We're going to roll this narrative forward over the next few weeks and months. So do chuck your ideas down in the comments, please.
Yes, don't forget to ring that bell so you get notifications when new videos come out. And we'll see you soon, maybe in Marvel Crisis Protocol land.
Yes, hopefully.